Hey everyone, it's Jonathan from Little Red Tug. I just want to introduce you to our trip here that we're going to be taking over the next couple days. JP and I have just been working on the boat all spring, and we took a few shakedown cruises, but we're up here. It's the spring of 2020 and we're at Lake George in May. And I got to tell you, like, this is a really special place for both of us. We've been active outdoor people, camping and enjoying outdoors all the time. When we first started coming up here 25 years ago, we brought 2 kayaks and a pickup truck. And we used to kayak out to the islands out here, and now, as you can see behind us, we've brought our Ranger 21 tug, and we're going to spend a couple days on here, so it's a nice way to spend it. If you haven't been to Lake George, it's a great place. It's in upstate New York in the Adirondacks. There's a bunch of islands in the middle of the lake, and all of them are, or most of them are, public access campgrounds. So we're going to camp at one of them tonight. We're going to be cooking, and we spent the morning out there. We launched in Bolton, which is just on the west side of Lake George, about halfway up, and Bolton Landing. And so we are going to spend the night here. We're going to show you some pictures, and in the next 3 days we'll be showing you about Lake George and the Ranger 21. Welcome aboard. Underway here. We're in the middle of Lake George on the southern part, making some good time. JP is just doing a little bit of cleanup here. We try and do some cleaning every day, whether it's cleaning in Windex or polishing the boat. You can see the boat's running pretty good by itself. The nice thing about this boat is that we can steer it while we're underway by just changing sides, which is pretty cool. Hey, I don't know if you can see behind me, but we're here on Lake George on day 3 of our trip. It's been an awesome, great day. It's about 7:30 at night, And if you can see behind me, we've just taken a trip out on the evening, and it's sunset. Really, really nice evening right here to have the Ranger tug out on Lake George. Day 3 of the Lake George trip here. It's been really good. So just to give you a recap of the last 2 days, we started out in Bolton, and we started out at Norwalk Marina, and we headed up on one day and spent a little day in the north end of the lake, and then ended up camping on Garrison Island, which is one of the islands. So Lake George is phenomenal. There are over 300 different state parks, campsites here scheduled and scattered throughout the whole Lake George region. The Lake George itself is almost 32 miles long, and it's divided into 3 sections. There's a southern tier, there's what's called the Narrows, and then there's the northern tier. So the northern is a lot less populated, a lot less houses on there. The southern, where part of the lake where we took the trip to today, is where Lake George Village is. It was awesome. We stopped off there, got some beer and ice, and we were able to putter around there, so we've explored it. We're actually in Log Spar Bay right now. It's a popular part of the lake where people often anchor up, and you can see behind me there's some other boats here, and this is a slow day here. People just anchor, they swim. It's a really nice portion of the lake. We're going to head back north to the Narrows where we put in for tonight, and we're going to try and find an island. So we put some video lapses on, and we'll put a video lapse of us headed back up to our campsite tonight. Hey, good morning. It's day 4 of our adventure here on Lake George. We had a great night sleeping out on the boat last night. JP actually slept in the cockpit, and I slept inside in the cabin. It was a nice night here, so it was perfect kind of weather for that. So it's really good. So we've been having a great time. We're going to spend one more day out on the lake. I just want to talk about 2 things, trash and poop. So what do you do with both things? So these islands out here are all carry-in, carry-out campgrounds like most campgrounds are. So you're going to need to do 2 things. You need to bring a trash bag, and you're going to need to dispose of your trash. One of the things we do is we compact all our trash like that, and then place it in a bag that we're going to take back ashore for recycling. There are no trash facilities on these islands. Make sure that when you're packing your items, that you bring items. We made the mistake of bringing Gatorade bottles like this. We're going to next time just bring Gatorade mix and mix it with us in Nalgene buckets. People want to know about pooping too. Most of the state park islands here, the campgrounds, have outhouses on them, but you're going to need to bring a couple things with them. Some toilet paper and some alcohol. So this is actually rubbing alcohol or cleaning alcohol for hand sanitizer, but most of them I'll show you have outhouses, and so you're going to poop on shore. We do have a toilet on the boat, but we're just reserving that for number 1, but not for number 2s. Hey, it's Jay Ford here on Lake George. We're having a great day. It's about 5 o'clock at night. We've ended up on Floating Battery Island, which is again one of the state campgrounds out here. We found a campsite. We're going to have a fire, we're going to have something to eat, and we're going to go for an evening sort of navigation cruise at the sunset. So look around and see what we can enjoy here on Lake George. We haven't spent a lot of time discussing on the boat. I just wanted to show you around how we've been working it over the last 5 days, and I think we're going to tweak a couple things because we found some things that do and don't work. First of all, we bring like a tote here with us. This has all our kitchen items. It stores easily inside the cabin, and this has all the stuff that we need to cook with. It's pretty easy. Each of us brought a bag with us, so we're able to store those in the forward compartment, and we have some food and stuff like that. So the deck space has been mostly where we use our outdoor activities here, and then during the day, let me show you inside the cabin here how it works here, what we have set up here. So on the Ranger 21, there's not a ton of room, so you just have to make sure you pack everything appropriately. We use our helm seat here. It's up or down. We have our GPS location with some backup. And then this is the storage area. So one of us is going to sleep under here. That's where I sleep, and JP's been sleeping out. You can see we've got some totes here to make things easier, some spare parts. And then there's plenty of storage room up along on both sides here. You can see where there's plenty of room here for storing things. And then making sure we bring spare parts. But we've had ample room here on there. A couple things you do need to bring when you bring your toilet paper, spare parts. JP's made some great first aid kits in some sealed up kits, which is nice. And then also we have the refrigerator, and we've been running this just during the day while the engine's on, and at night we just keep it cool. So a little tight in the cabin, but it works really well for 2 people, you can see here. Well, it's day 5 and the final day of our adventures here on Lake George. We've been amazed by the amount of activities that we've enjoyed while we're out here on this trip. There's so much to explore on this island between the fishing, the camping, the boating. Lake George is such a dynamic region, and everyone who enjoys the outdoors will be sure to enjoy the Lake George campground and camping islands here. So we have to wrap it up for the day, but I take you back with this. You get to enjoy a view like you see behind me. We're going to follow back to the boat ramp, follow us along, and then stay tuned for our next adventure. Thanks for following us on our Lake George adventure here.